American Apple customers can now take advantage of Apple's self-service repair program to fix their mobile devices by going to this completely generic-looking website. That's right, my friends. You too can go to selfservicerepair.com.
This is actually Apple?
I know, right? Apparently, it's run by a third-party company. It's run by a third-party company.
Yeah, okay.
But yes, these are genuine Apple parts and genuine Apple tools.
But this isn't, like, it literally is not Apple, though.
So the site has all the parts, tools, and manuals available to perform repairs on iPhones going back to the 12. Jonathan Horst editorializes, not handy, as 11 and older are the models that will be needing repair right now. That's a very fair criticism.
Yep.
And so far, one can repair... Man, are we converting Horst to, like, not an Apple, just, like, lover? I feel like Horst's takes on apples have gotten more and more cynical the longer he's been here.
Oh, boy.
Love you, Jonathan. You do a great job over at Mac Address. I try not... Honestly, I try to have nothing to do with the editorial direction over there. I think just being around here, I'll pop by his desk and stupid. He'll be like, oh, why do you say? I'm like, well, I don't know, this, and this. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I can try and integrate. No. Just do your thing.
Do your thing. Yeah.
Do your thing. Anyway, so far, one can repair the battery, bottom speaker, rear camera, display, Taptic engine, and SIM tray. Okay. It's thorough, but not easy looking. Users are to play Apple Repair Genius for a day. Oh, okay. For example, repairing anything requires using the heated display removal fixture and the display press. Oh, I see. So they give you guides and tools and everything, but only to do it the, like, official way, not necessarily the cheap and or efficient way.
So people in chat are saying that they charge you the same price that you would pay at the Genius Bar.
Well, that's the problem, is these tools are available for purchase for $256 and $216 respectively. So this is the heated display removal fixture and the display press. But repairers can rent the entire kit for a week for $49. The issue is that the economics are sort of difficult to justify. So on an iPhone 12 display, a screw kit costs $268, while going to the Apple Store costs $279. So you literally save $10 to do it yourself. However, if you send back your parts, you do get a discount of $33.60 for a display. So for $40 of savings, you get to do it yourself. When honestly, for OEM grade parts, like you could definitely do this for a lot cheaper than that. Okay. Our discussion questions are, what are you most happy to see with this program? I'm most happy that the program exists at all. Because now the first, okay, let's say we're trying to move a really big rock,
I'm not. That's my hot take.
You're not. Well, can I?
Nope. Because I feel like this is going to be their, look, we did it move, and they will not improve.
Okay.
That's my concern.
I think the bigger picture, no offense.
Wow.
I think the bigger picture is we know that right to repair has a long way to go. And if nothing else, this is that first little bit of movement of the rock. Is it good enough? No. I believe it will improve over time just by merit of them not removing access to iPhone 12 stuff when the 14 and 15, 16, 17 launch. Like, I feel like, I hope, like...
I mean, we'll see.
The back catalog of parts will expand just by nature of new things coming out and not removing access to that stuff. That would be really awful.
I think throwing it under one of the worst websites I've seen in like a decade and under a third party really doesn't help a lot of adoption.
Luke,
like if you land on Spot's website here and
do you want me to throw it to you?
Sure.
Yeah.
The little logo in the corner. And if you see that the logo is literally just plain text, like if I land on this website, I'm leaving immediately because I'm concerned about the security of my computer. Like I'm not buying something through this thinking that it's actually official.
It's clear that Apple could have made this official, but decided not to.
Yes.
Now that's not to say that working through a third party is necessarily bad. We praised Valve for
Yeah.
working through third parties like iFixit on the Steam Deck, like right to repair initiative. So making parts available to end users. But the reason we did that is, well, they partnered with someone reputable. They partnered with more than one partner. And I mean, is that okay? Do we need to give reasons other than that?
No, I mean, like and I'm not trying to
Pretty good.
dog on small companies by any means. It's just this website literally looks like a scam. Like,
Apple would have made it look more Apple. And
Yeah.
an Apple customer, I think, is going to want it to look a little more Apple. But can I come back to my point? Back to my point, where
There's no about
if
us.
Apple is doing this, okay, maybe it becomes the industry norm to do at least this. Or maybe, now that it's a conversation, now that an Apple customer even becomes aware of the concept of being able to get replacement parts for your hardware and perform repairs yourself or do them for your friends. Like if I was a high school student or something like that, then how cool would it be if I could repair all of my friends' iPhones? I mean, I'm not going to buy.
I guess I would just
getting the word out is good. So maybe we see one-upmanship start to happen in the space.
That's
That's
I'm
what I
worried.
want.
I'm worried that in this case, due to the way that they did it, and this is going to be a weird thing to argue, but in this case, due to the way that they did it, getting the word out might actually be bad. I know that sounds nuts, but my argument for that is the pricing is so bad. The pricing is so egregiously bad. The website that it lands you on is so sketchy looking. There's no about us. You can't figure out who these people even are.
I'm on your screen now.
There's no, you look at the bottom, contact us is just like the most basic. It's not even loading now. There we go. Contact us is just like open a chat and here's a random phone number. There's no about us. There's nothing. Like, who are these people? I don't want to like send them a huge amount of money.
That's one of the first things that I do when I go to a website is
About
check
Us.
about us and find out where they're located
Yeah.
and then cross-reference that with like some kind of geographical resource like Google Maps.
Make sure they're actually
Who are
real.
you?
Yeah.
What's your building look like?
Yeah. And then, so pricing is super bad and it looks super sketchy. So to me, getting the word out this way feels like they're actually turning people off and pushing them into a defeatist mentality where they're like, I have to get it repaired by Apple. There is no other solution because this is the solution that is being exposed to me in the easiest way possible, and it's trash. That's
well,
my argument.
I can't argue that, but I just would like to. I would like to feel better about this. So if
Yeah,
I need
I
to
don't know.
live in my delusional little Magic Linus world,
I hope it works out. I hope you're right. I hope people see this and go like, oh, maybe there's alternatives, and then they work with whatever local shop
Yeah.
or they just research things themselves and try to do it themselves if they're little technically apt or whatever. Like that would be fantastic. I hope it goes that direction. I just feel like honestly it feels kind of weird to say like a website made me lose hope like almost immediately, but it really did. Like it's just so sketchy looking.
okay. What's the URL
Yeah,
for the
I don't know.
dashboard for the merch messages again? I just realized I don't have it up.
I don't exactly want to say
Can I
it.
just see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I think. Oh, really? It's not gonna auto fill for me? Oh my god.
No, that's not it.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Like this thing? Okay, you know
That
what?
didn't complete. Go to your,
I'll check my history. I'll see if I can bring it up.
I can send it to the email that's on that computer.
Okay, yeah, that would help.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, fine. The Aura Masternal in Floatplane chat says, I've been thinking about the availability of parts. Wouldn't it be worse for the environment to continue producing iPhone 12 parts 6 or 7 years after it released? Wouldn't having a ton of batteries and other parts lying around for years be bad too? So no, they would keep them in production. There's so many iPhone 12s out there. And there will be so many iPhone 12s out there, even 6-7 years from now, because, to Apple's credit, they do an excellent job of providing software updates for their devices that, yeah, you would be able to justify doing small production runs. And no, they wouldn't be lying around for years at a time. And you might say, okay, well, all these parts are effectively, manufactured e-waste because you're putting them into old devices that are not going to last. But that's the thing. As long as those parts are available, you can actually keep running those devices on life support. That's good because when you make a new device, well, you're making the whole device, not just those parts of it. So
Also, it's not like they aren't going to like monitor their demand. and produce for that. Like they don't just have like an entire factory pumping out iPhone 8 screens for the end until the end of time as fast as they possibly can.
Apparently the repair manuals are at least on the Apple website.
Yeah, when you click the manuals button, it just completely redirects you to Apple.
Yes, I know, which
is also
feels
not how
really
that's supposed to
sketchy.
work.
I know.
I did that as well. I didn't even want to bring it up because it was like sketchy, but not as sketchy as the other things. So like, I don't know. I'm not sold, man. And like, again, I don't want to rag on a small company, but they got to fix these things. You got to look legitimate when you're on the internet.
Raven Darrett says you can run the devices, but as people, we seem to toss away working stuff for new shiny things all the time regardless. Right. But we want those devices to go to someone, right? That's the point. As long as it still works. It's like buying a new car does not turn your old car into an environmental disaster immediately. Someone will drive that car and they will go buy that car instead of a brand new one.
Also, with enhanced repairability, you might shift the culture to being more interested in keeping devices going. There's a significant amount of people that are completely fine with their phones.
Yes.
But the battery is not okay. They buy a new phone.
I'm honestly getting a little bit tired of my folding phone. I picked up my Note 9 the other night because like my battery was low on this and I just needed something.
Mention it.
And I was like, oh, it still feels so good.
Yeah.
I might put a new battery in it and just like rock the Note 9 for another couple of years. I don't know, man.
Nice. But yeah, it's like I don't know.
Wicked Peruvian is really mad at you criticizing the website, by the way. Says, hey, my Uncle Barry made that website for like 2 hours. And it was super hard for him.
Yeah, I just like design actually matters for a lot of reasons other than just like, ooh, pretty. It makes a website feel more legitimate. It makes a company feel more legitimate. You need to stay up to date so that people don't think that your website has been abandoned. You need to have an About Us page so people can, again, add legitimacy to you. If I haven't heard of your company and I'm going to spend a bunch of money with you, something that I very often do, you mentioned how one of the first things you do when you go to a website is you go to the About Us.
Yep.
One of the first things I do is, how does this company make money?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times I want to make sure that whatever thing I'm using has a reasonable way of making money.
It
because
makes sense.
If it doesn't, then I'm going to be like, how are they profiting off of me? And am I actually okay with it? if it's like, oh, they're clearly profiting off of me because I'm buying some service or I'm buying something, that adds legitimacy to me. But then I want to see like who the team is, etc. I actually care about those things. And I know the greater world does as well. So like, please update the website.
Thanks for watching, and thanks to mechanicalkeyboards.com for sponsoring this week's clips. Mechanicalkeyboards.com has a ton of keyboards, switches, keycaps, and more, all from brands you know and love. Check them out and use code LTT using the link in the video description.